Sir, you can't go back there.
I'm the district attorney. I can go wherever I want.
You to just do. What do you want?
My daughter. And you're gonna help me get her.
What a beautiful tea set, Christina. Did you get that for Christmas?
It was a gift from Santa.
Would you mind passing me the tea?
Sure.
I'll pour. It's okay.
It's just a little hot, that's all. No, thank you, sweetheart. Maybe Ariel would like a cookie. What's wrong, honey?
I think Christina's worried that you're getting sick again.
Dr. Lee. Hi. Do you have a minute?
Sure. What can I do for you?
I just wanted to ask your opinion on something.
My professional opinion?
Yes. It's about Sam. She almost died when her daughter was stillborn.
Yeah, I know.
Right. Is it safe for her to get pregnant again?
No. Stay the hell away from me.
I'm sorry. I didn't mean to startle you. My name is Mateo. Father Mateo Ruiz. I'm Manny's brother.
I don't care what you call yourself. You are sick.
I brought you a sandwich.
Look at the time here. She was already at the airport before we even left the church.
Nicholas.
And I stood there demanding my grandmother be arrested while Colleen got on a plane with my son.
Hey, we're pulling a passenger list for all the women traveling with children. That should give us a good idea where Colleen was headed.
She could be anywhere by now,
Okay,
Lucky.
Nicholas, we're gonna find her.
What, how? I mean, she could have changed planes, rented a car. We don't even know if she's in the country anymore.
Wherever she goes, it's gonna leave us a trail. All it takes is one photo like this to give us our next lead.
Thank you. All right. Hey, Lucky's right. Colleen's gonna leave a trail.
You spent months trying to convince me something was off about Colleen. I just wouldn't listen to you.
Nicholas, you can't blame yourself.
What the hell, I can't. He's my son. It's my job to protect him, to keep him safe.
There's no way anyone could have predicted what Colleen
And
was
all
gonna
the signs were there, right in front of me. She was possessive of Spencer, jealous of the time I spent with you. I don't know if it was pride or sheer stupidity, but for some reason I just couldn't see. I couldn't see Colleen for the threat she was, you know? And now my son's paying for it.
If I get this job at the daycare center, you'll be able to come to work with me every single day. Yes. So when we go in there, I want you to be the cutest, most well-behaved little boy in the world. Yes. Once those daycare people see how good I am with you, they'll have no choice but to hire me. You know, this would be a lot easier if you could just tell them how great I am at taking care of you. And again, it's probably better that you haven't started talking yet. By the time you do, you'll have forgotten all about your father and that awful witch, Emily. Yes. You won't remember a time when I wasn't your mommy.
There is absolutely nothing for you to worry about, all right? Mommy's feeling exactly the way Mommy's supposed to feel. This is all really normal. under the circumstances, okay? So everything is okay. Let's just have our tea party, and then I'm gonna read you a story.
I think Christina's had enough tea for the day. Thank you for the party, Christina. I hope we can do it again real soon.
Viola, will you do me a favor? Take the girls into the playroom while I say goodbye to Dr. Winters? Sure. Thanks. Come on, Christina. You know, I don't think that you're doing my daughter any favors by saying out loud at a table and reminding her how sick Mommy is.
Well, Christina can see that for herself. You look awful.
Thanks. Don't sugarcoat it.
Well, no matter how hard you try to cover it up, it's clear you're too weak to be out of bed.
Christina is making progress. You saw her at the Christmas party.
Well, I think the reason that Christina felt comfortable enough to speak was that her world seemed normal again. I mean, for a brief period, she had her family together without all of the fighting.
Do you think that I want this? Do you think that I want her to see me like this? I don't really have a choice.
Nobody is arguing that. What I'm saying is that Christina was happier yesterday than she's been in a long time. And so are you. So whatever it was that you were doing differently, resting, taking care of yourself, just whatever it was, you need to keep doing that because it's the only thing that seems to be helping your daughter.
I'm in the middle of something here, Rick.
Okay, I'll wait.
You don't have to wait because there's no way I'm gonna help you take Molly away from her mother.
Well, see, you don't really have a choice. There's this little thing called the law, and I know that you think it doesn't apply to you. But if I do call you to testify in court and you don't show up, I'm gonna have to cite you with contempt.
Jackie, I'll give you a minute with my brother.
Yeah, thanks, Jackie.
Rick, do you honestly think I'm going to get on that witness stand and testify that you're a better parent than Alexis?
You don't have to, Sonny. All I want you to do is say that Molly and Christina came to live with you because their mother was too sick to take care of her.
And what is that going to prove? That Alexis was desperate to keep her children away from you, so she came to me for help?
Sonny, didn't Christina get kidnapped in your house? Look, all I have to do is establish that your criminal dealings adversely affect the welfare of your child and by extension mine, okay? The court's gonna find that Alexis is an unfit custodial parent. So you see, just by virtue of the fact that you're walking around and breathing is an argument for me to get Molly.
I'm sorry, but I can't discuss the specifics of Sam's condition with anyone other than her. Doctor-patient confidentiality.
No, I understand that. But what would you generally recommend a patient like Sam?
Hypothetically speaking, if a woman has had severe placenta abruptio, like Sam did, it can compromise her ability to bear children. However, patients who give their bodies adequate time to heal can go on to have normal pregnancies, as well as healthy babies in the future.
How long does it take to actually adequately heal?
Let's just say that a guy like you could very well be a father by this time next year.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Hey.
I realize that you suffered greatly at the hands of my brother. And for that, I'm truly sorry.
I don't know who you think you're fooling, but it sure as hell isn't me.
My brother lived a violent life, filled with anger and rage. I've chosen to dedicate my life to the Lord. That's why I'm here, to atone for Manny's sins.
If you even think about coming near me again, I will kill you myself.
I apologize. My intention was never to upset you.
We ran Nanny's prints to our system, and they weren't on file, which means that she hasn't been arrested under the name Colleen McHenry or any other.
That's good. That rules out any criminal history.
Well, what about the background check?
We were able to verify all the information she gave on her application. She was born in Connecticut, had 3 jobs in Manhattan, 1 in Philly.
Listen, we know all this. Is there anything new, something my investigator may have missed?
No, not yet. Colleen had no living relatives, so we're in the process of finding and interviewing her friends.
What about a old boyfriend named Carl? She spoke about him all the time. Carl?
There was no mention of Carl on any of her records.
Of course, why would there be? She probably made him up. Who knows what else she's lied about?
That's what we're trying to figure out, which is why we need to question you both again. Any little thing that Colleen could have mentioned in passing could help us find Spencer.
Nicholas, you first.
This is all gonna be over soon, right? Now that we know that Colleen has Spencer, all we have to do is find him.
Maybe after the movies, you guys could go to the park and watch the ice skating. Okay, maybe after that, you get a hot chocolate with extra whipped cream. All right, I want you guys to stay really, really warm, okay? Because it's cold out there. In fact, it's cold in here. And then
I'll call you when we're on our way back.
Okay. Be good for Viola, girls.
There is no way the judge will give you custody of an innocent child.
I'm not the one with the image problem, Sonny.
Why? Because you're the DA? You put me on that stand, and I will tell the judge all about the skeletons in your closet. Starting with when you try to steal my unborn child.
Unless you can come up with proof at this late date, that's all inadmissible in court. You see how this works, Sonny? It's your word against mine.
This isn't a game, Rick. You try to drag Alexis into a custody battle just to prove that you can. I promise you, you will not live to regret it.
Yeah, you're right, Sonny. This isn't a game. This is about my flesh and blood. This is about my daughter.
How do you think your daughter's gonna feel when she's old enough to understand?
What? Understand what? That her mother never gave a damn about her.
You can lie to Molly all you want right now because she's a child, but sooner or later she's gonna start asking questions. And she's gonna find her own answers. And then she's gonna realize what a twisted, lying bastard you really are.
What are you doing here?
I just wanted to ask Dr. Lee some questions about Sam.
Is she okay?
Yeah. Yeah, I just don't want her to push herself too hard, that's all.
Oh, well, you don't have to worry. And aside from dealing with Miss Sneed every day, being a file clerk here shouldn't be that strenuous.
She got the job?
Yeah, Alan hired her about an hour ago.
Wow, that's great. She really wanted it.
Yeah. And now you have a good excuse to come here and get that bullet wound checked out.
I'm fine. Thanks to you.
I did what I could, but I'm not a doctor. You really need to have it looked at.
You really need to have a little more faith in yourself because I'm almost completely healed. So stop worrying. It's not good for the baby.
Jason! Jason!
Mr. Castellan, have you heard from your son's nanny since the abduction?
What? Have I
Has
what?
Colleen made a ransom demand?
If she had, I would have paid it by now.
Okay,
Why are you even...
Well, in cases like this, parents are often contacted by the kidnapper and warned not to cooperate with the police.
Now, I can assure you that could be the worst mistake you could make. So if you're stonewalling out of fear, it's not going to help.
Fear? Oh, I'm afraid, Detective, because some psycho took my son. Look, I pray that all Colleen wants is money. Because if she calls and asks for a ransom, I'll give it to her, no questions asked.
See, that's what she's counting on. So if she's contacted you, you need to let us know.
She hasn't contacted me, and she won't contact me because it's not money that she wants. It's me that she wants. And because I turned her down, because I ruined her delusion of a perfect little family, she took Spencer to start a new one of her own.
Okay, you can't jump to conclusions.
Conclusions? You want conclusions? My son is missing, and you guys aren't doing enough to find him.
You need to calm down. We're trying to help.
You want to help? Then go out there and find my son instead of standing there asking me questions that I already know. Okay.
Nicholas, are you...
I think you should take Nicholas home.
I'm not going anywhere until Colleen McHenry, whatever the hell her name is in custody. I'm not going anywhere.
Look, the best thing we can do for Spencer is just to go home and let the police do their job.
You want me to go? Okay, fine. I'll go find my son on my own.
Sam.
I saw him.
You saw Maddie's brother?
He may have been dressed like a priest, Jason, but I knew it was him from the moment he walked up to me.
Did he threaten you?
I didn't give him a chance. Busy?
Oh, beyond busy. What is it about the holidays that makes everyone want to have a baby?
Must be something in the water.
You aren't kidding. Seems like everyone in Port Charles has caught baby fever.
Okay, what do you mean?
Well, I guess thinking he was the father of your baby had an impact on Jason. He was here earlier asking if it was possible for Sam to get pregnant. Oh, God. I cannot wait for this day to be over.
I'm sorry.
I got him.
You got him?
Thanks, yeah.
I was hoping I'd run into you, so to speak.
Why is that?
Will, there's something I need to ask you. Do you think I'm a good parent?
What do you mean?
Do you think Molly's better off with me or with Alexis?
Who is it?
It's Sonny.
Sonny who?
Can I come in?
Just a minute. I'll be right there. Hold on.
Alexis.
All right, hold on.
Open it.
Hi. I mean, hello.
You okay?
Yeah. As well as can be expected.
Well, it took you a long time to answer the door, so I was just thinking maybe something was wrong.
No. I was busy. I'm a busy person. What are you doing here?
I'm here to see Christina.
Oh, Christina went to the park with Molly and Viola.
You sure you're gonna be right here by yourself?
Yes. I'm a cancer patient. I'm not a 3-year-old. I'm perfectly capable of spending a few hours by myself. In fact, I rather enjoy it.
You sure you're feeling all right?
We've already established that. But I'll tell Christina that you came by. She'll really be happy about that. You can come by some
What
other
was this
time.
smell?
What smell?
The smell.
Oh, this is, it's a new product that I really like. It's called Savannah Breeze, and it smells like Savannah and a breeze.
Good. No. You gotta be kidding me. You're smoking pot?
When I saw him, it was like reliving a nightmare, Jason. I knew I had to stop him.
I just need to know what happened.
I wanted to kill him. Okay, I wanted to kill him, but I couldn't. Because when I came back here, I picked up this gun, and the first thing I could think about was Christina. After she saw me shoot Diego, I promised myself I would never fire a gun again. And how am I supposed to keep that promise if Manny is still out there?
It's okay. He's not still out there.
How can you be sure?
Because the guy checks out. I had Stan run everything on the Ruiz family. Medical records, police files, fingerprints, everything. Manny Ruiz and Mateo Ruiz are identical twins, but they're two different people.
Two different people who happen to have the same tattoos? Jason, come on, it's too perfect.
Manny is dead. He is not going to hurt you anymore.
No, what about his brother? They were raised by the same parents. They were in the same house. For all we know, he could be 10 times worse than Manny ever was.
I know. But he's a priest.
So, Manny was a janitor in a hospital. That didn't stop him from holding me hostage and shooting you. Who's to say his brother isn't going to do the same thing?
Nicholas!
I'm at the launch, Emily. Just go back to the station. Tell Lucky you did your duty.
You need to calm down.
No. No, I don't want to calm down. I'm sick of people trying to tell me to calm down. My son is out there somewhere, alone, and scared to death because I couldn't keep him safe.
No, that is not true.
Yes, it is. Yes, it is. Everyone tried to warn me, Emily. You, Helena, even Jackson, Carly, they lied to me for months because they didn't think I could keep him safe, and it turns out they were right. And I was too concerned with claiming what was mine to listen. How could I let this happen to my son? I brought her into my home, Emily. I gave her access to my son. And now he's gone. He's gone.
Nicholas, the police are doing everything they can.
But they're not doing enough! I have to do something!
You want to do something? You start by pulling yourself together.
Look, I'm in the process of filing for sole custody of Molly.
Well, what happened to trying to work things out with Alexis?
I've had to face reality where Alexis is concerned. She's far too sick to be able to effectively take care of Molly. I want some stability for my daughter. With Alexis in and out of the hospital, I just think it's a better idea if Molly came to live with me.
And have you told Alexis this?
She'll know soon enough. I advised Sonny that I was going to probably call him as a witness, and you can imagine how that went. So I'm sure he's already warned Alexis.
Yeah, what'd you expect?
Exactly what happened. You know, Sonny made all these comments about how I was unfit, which is ironic considering the source. But Alexis knows that I'm a good enough lawyer to point out that he's an ongoing threat to both Christina and Molly. It's going to strengthen my case.
I'm not defending Sonny, but
Look, on any given day, my brother can be gunned down by somebody who's trying to take over his territory, and Alexis knows this, but yet she still sent Molly to live with him. I can't let her questionable judgment and behavior affect my daughter's life.
She's gonna fight you on this.
Yeah, tooth and nail. Which is why I need somebody in my corner. I need somebody to testify on my behalf. I know it's a lot.
It's not that. It's just, I don't think it's a very good idea that I get involved in somebody else's custody battle right now when I'm dealing with one of my own. Like he's threatening to sue me for custody of this baby, and if a judge finds out, then
It's gonna go against you in court. I get
I'm sorry.
No, don't apologize. You're just doing what you can to try to protect your child. So am I.
I just want you to know that it's not.
Not yours?
No, not technically.
Then what's it doing here?
Sam brought it over to help me with the chemo.
Does it help?
No. You know that Christina has been a little bit more responsive. She even said a few words at Christmas, and Lainey feels that if she sees me too sick or too impaired, that she's not able to relax. So in a way, this is better for her, and you don't have to worry because I'm not smoking it in front of them.
Oh, I know.
It's for medicinal purposes only. All right, I'm not enjoying it.
Look, if smoking gives you peace, then it's worth it. But I'm thinking, since you do have cancer, why don't you bake the pot into something you can eat?
With 2 small children in my house? That's a great idea, because I'm already compromising my principles. I'm breaking the law. I really don't think it's a good idea to risk having Christina or Molly help themselves to pot lace cookies.
Colleen was referred to you by reputable agencies. She had years of experience as well as impeccable references. Nicholas, you had no way of knowing what she was capable of.
I had you. From the moment you met Colleen, you had doubts about her, and I just wouldn't hear any of it. If I had listened to you last night, instead of insisting that the police focus all their attention on my grandmother, who knows where we'd be right now.
Brought Colleen into Spencer's life, not you.
I know.
I want him to be safe.
I miss him so much already.
I know you do. I know. And we're gonna find him, Nicholas. We are, okay?
Okay. What if Colleen panics? Okay, what if she feels the police are closing in on him and she decides to just leave Spencer somewhere or worse?
No. Colleen has always taken excellent care of Spencer. There's no way that she would ever hurt him.
Go ahead, finish it.
I'm not smoking this in front of you.
What are you talking about? Why not?
Because it's illegal.
Come on. Are you joking?
Mm-hmm. I know that you don't get involved in drugs, and I would be very sad to know that you were lying to me.
I don't sell drugs. I don't do drugs. It's bad for business. But given all the laws that I've broken, it's amazing to me that you would be nervous to take a hit off a joint in front of me.
Who's that?
It could be anybody.
Hide the weed.
No, what do you mean hide the weed?
Fine.
Just take it.
Rick, this is not a good time.
We need to discuss some custody issues.
Molly's not here.
It's a good thing I didn't come to see Molly.
You need to leave. Right now, I'm going to have you arrested for unlawful entry. I will.
What's wrong with you? Why are you so nervous?
Maybe she just doesn't want you taking her kid.
Rick knows that I'm never going to let him take Molly.
You have every right to be scared and skeptical, but this guy has no reason to hurt anyone.
No reason? Jeez. You killed his brother. Why wouldn't he want revenge?
I know that. He says he wants to make amends for what Manny did.
He would. And we're supposed to trust that because he's a priest, or we're gonna wait until he shows up with a gun or something worse.
I'm not gonna trust him. Okay? Or anything. But I'm not gonna let anything happen to you. And if it makes you feel better, you should just carry this for a little while.
Oh gosh. Why? Why? So I can jump out of my skin anytime Christina gets close to me.
You shot Diego in self-defense. You had no idea of knowing that Christina was in that warehouse.
But she was. Jason, I shot a man to death while my little sister stood there and watched. It's not fair. And this is exactly why you don't want us to have a baby.
Hello?
Hey, I just finished going through the passenger checklist, and I think I found the alias Colleen was traveling under.
Okay, what flight was she on?
It was a nonstop to Denver. It took off 30 minutes after Colleen went through security.
I'll call my pilot. I can leave within the hour.
Denver is a hub for a number of different airlines, including this one. Colleen could have easily caught a connecting flight.
Okay. So what now?
Well, we're checking passenger lists for outbound flights with women traveling with children. So trust me, there's nothing more you can do.
Okay, I'll wait to hear from you. But if you don't find out where Colleen took my son, I'm gonna go find him myself.
You did so good, Spencer. Those daycare people took one look at you and knew I was perfect for the job. Everything is falling right into place. Now that I have this job, I can save up some money. As long as we keep moving, your daddy will never be able to find us. Okay.
As this storm front moves in and makes its way east, the Denver area should see 2 to 3 more inches of snowfall in the overnight hours. A travel advisory is in effect for the north central mountains.
Well, I'm sure if it was up to you, I would never see my daughter again. Which is why I'm filing for sole custody of Molly.
On what grounds?
Well, I'll be citing the fact that you can't effectively take care of Molly because of your debilitating medical condition, in addition to your ongoing threat by your association with a known criminal.
Who happens to be your brother?
I never sent Molly to live with him. Never had to. Because I am healthy enough to provide a safe and secure home for our child. Look, Alexis, don't make this harder than it has to be. Just agree to the custody. I will make sure that you get generous visitation.
Absolutely.
If you fight me on this, Alexis, I will make sure that your contact with Molly is limited to one afternoon a month and every other Christmas, okay?
You okay?
Do me a favor. Don't do anything bad between now and the custody hearing, because I don't need to give Rick any more ammunition to use against me.
Here, Laura.
Thanks.
Was that Rick Lansing I saw earlier? I didn't know his daughter had an appointment today.
He came by to ask if I would testify at his custody hearing.
That man will stop at nothing to try to draw you back into his life.
Don't worry, Graham. I told him I didn't want to be involved.
Well, that's good. Because he doesn't deserve your support. And he certainly doesn't deserve the custody of that darling little girl. The two of you would do very well to stay as far away from him as possible.
I don't think I could ever stand up in a courtroom and say that Rick is a better parent than Alexis. But what if it had been someone else? Someone I knew would be a good father, someone who was loving and consistent and would always put his child's needs above his own. Would it be fair to keep a man like that away from his baby? What?
Well, it's very nice to hear that you haven't written Lucky off completely.
Grandma.
I know. He's not perfect. But he is the father of the child you're carrying. And, darling, I hope that you'll consider to let him come back into both of your lives.
You're forced to make split-second decisions that could mean the difference between life and death. And in that moment, you don't have time to think about how it's going to affect a child. I know, Jason, I know, because I didn't. And Christina's been paying for it ever since.
You would have known Christina was there.
I still would have pulled the trigger, because if I hadn't, you would be dead. Jason, I get it.
Okay, I finally get it. It took me a while, but I understand what you've been trying to tell me all along. Some people just weren't meant to have kids. And I guess we're them, okay? But it doesn't mean that I'm ever gonna stop wanting them.